So this is going to be my video review of yet another Magic the Gathering proxy manufacturer. Now before I go ahead and get into the video, I want to state that he can do more than just Magic the Gathering. He happens to be fairly popular for his Dragon Ball Z card proxies. So you may already be familiar with this guy's work if you play DBZ. If you don't know, he also does Magic the Gathering, and I'm sure he does a variety of other trading card game proxies. I'm sure he could do Pokemon and other various card games of this exact size. I don't think he can do Yu-Gi-Oh! And Vanguard because they happen to be much smaller, but he might be able to do Force of Will. So I'm sure that he can do proxies for various different card games of this particular standard sizing. So if you're interested, don't hesitate to go ahead and PM him. He really is very, very easy to work with. But anyway, the proxy manufacturer I'm working with here or reviewing today is actually known on Facebook as Altered Art. I will post a link to his Facebook page down in the description. You can go ahead and contact him, as well as his eBay down in the description. One thing I really like about his particular work is the extreme quality he gives you while making sure that the cards can never be passed off as genuine. What this means is you can get a really, really high quality print printed on paper that is very similar to Magic cardstock without having to go to China and order counterfeits. Let's go ahead and show this off here. These are actually printed on poker cardstock. So they're very flexible. You don't have to worry about them, creasing or whatever. They will pass your bend tests. They are a black core paper similar to Dragon Ball Z and Pokemon trading cards. And yes, the infamous counterfeit Magic cards use a similar black core paper, but again, these are not a counterfeit. They're very easy to distinguish, and that's because no matter what you have them do to the face of it, the back will always be notable. And you see that? He will never be able to pass this off as a genuine Magic card no matter what. So you can see this one has it. Here's this Underground Sea. This one has it, and possibly my favorite of them all, the Guru Forest that I got. Turn this one over, it has a different back as well. So yeah, they have a very distinguishable back that will make sure that no one confuses them for a real Magic card. Let's go ahead and bring in this grab it, Genuine Island, and compare the backs like so. The color's different, the style's obviously different, and the size is very, very close, but it is ever so slightly different. You may or may not be able to see here the difference in corners. Let's go ahead and try to grab a more brightly colored card. I don't really have one, but you can kind of see the difference in corner shapes. This is very rounded, again, like a poker card, whereas this has the Wizards of the Coast proprietary cut. The printing is pretty nice. Let's go ahead and try to zoom in on this. Hopefully I have decent enough lighting for this. The printing on these is actually very nice and high quality, very crisp, and very easy to read. Really, I am a big fan of this particular kind of proxy work because it gives you a super high quality playing card that you can have whatever you want on the front, and it can even look passing enough if your particular group is okay with proxies, but they have to be really, really convincing. I have seen groups like that. But no matter how authentic you make the front of it look, you can never pass it off thanks to the back, and I am a big fan of that. One thing I say that always will separate counterfeits from proxies is a counterfeit will always have that identifying copyright information, as well as having stolen artwork, stolen symbols, and the same exact back as a Magic card. But again, you can see they very much do not. There's no way anyone can pass these off as genuine, which is why I'm okay with promoting them. Whether you're playing Cube or Commander or just tabletop Magic with friends, these are really a great way to play the game without having to spend a lot of money. Now, you obviously can't use them in non-proxy events, but that should go without saying. Will they fit in sleeves? Yes, they will. Here is a Dragon Shield, green sleeve. You can see they do indeed fit, absolutely no problem. I'll go ahead and show you with all of them. Not a problem. And finally the Dark Depths. Alright, so they can indeed fit inside MTG size sleeves. I also want to quickly show off his work on this Dark Depths, because it is just horrendous looking, and I don't mean that as far as the artwork being bad, but in the fact that the artwork is extremely creepy, and I love it. I love this freaking Dark Depths artwork. I'll probably end up giving this to my friend Clayton, who loves this kind of creepy, twisted, demented type of artwork, and he actually does need a Dark Depths for his Commander deck. So I can give him this and he can play with it and also enjoy the artwork simultaneously, but I wanted to show that off. Other proxy manufacturers that I've supported in the past, specifically you've seen videos on one, and that was the Proxy guy. His work is just phenomenal for foils. My light is really harsh right now, but he makes the only foil proxies I know that are actually legible, because the ink or the printing on the words is separate. It's actually raised, so you can not only see the art or the text on it, you can actually feel it. And I would honestly say that this guy's work, Altered Art's work, is just as good as the Proxy guy's work. The way I'm going to do things from now on is if I want foils, I'll go to the Proxy guy, and if I want non-foils, I'm going to go to Altered Art. His work really is just that amazing. Other proxies, this is one from the now closed down, sadly, One Mad Fish. He used to do a bunch of custom tokens and even custom basic lands. Also printed on poker card stock. Was a big fan of his work, but he doesn't seem to be active anymore. I actually like the print quality of these better. These were always a little bit thicker than a real Magic card, and had more difficulty going into sleeves because they were slightly bigger than Magic cards, as well as slightly bigger than these particular Altered Art trading cards, but still very nice work. If you're familiar with One Mad Fish and you liked his work, you'll definitely like Altered Art. And a final comparison is the Star City Games tokens. These are a proxy of sorts. These are considerably thicker, and I mean considerably thicker. You can see that there versus Altered Art's work on the bottom. Star City Games on the top there. I'm sorry my lighting is so bad right now, but you can definitely see the difference in thickness. Yeah, big fan. Definitely will support his proxy creations, and I will continue to do so throughout the course of my channel. Again, check the description down below to see his eBay account, his Facebook account. Really just phenomenal work, and easily one of the two best proxy manufacturers out there, right up there with Z Proxy Factory. It just all comes down to, do you want foils or do you want non-foils? Also, Z does not sell his proxies, but rather trades them for other Magic cards, whereas Altered Art does actually charge for his cards. He pays quite a bit of money to have the paper imported from overseas, and it's very expensive to print the cards. So as a result of that, I think the smallest order he does is 18 cards for $30. But 18 cards for $30 is a damn good deal for the kind of work you're getting here. And don't be afraid to contact him and try to negotiate with him. He is very reasonable about his prices, and he's very flexible about what he can do. So, yeah, definitely go check him out. Big fan. I will continue to use his work in the future. I will, of course, note when I have one of his proxies in my video to kind of shout him out again. But if you're looking for great quality proxies and you don't want to spend a lot of money and you don't want to buy a counterfeit, look no further. This work is just phenomenal. Alright, I'll catch y'all later. Peace. Okay, forgot one thing here. Before I go ahead and leave, I want to say that his work can also sleeve in a way that no other proxies can, including the Star City Games and One Mad Fish proxies. These can actually fit inside Perfect Fits. It is a bit of a tight fit because of the difference in the corners, but you can indeed sleeve these inside of a Perfect Fit without the card bending and warping. So if you like to double sleeve your Commander decks, you can still play with these double sleeved inside a Perfect Fit. Alright, now that's the end of my video, and I'll see y'all next time.